Okay, it's Sai here for the Friday Frenzy on TBFM Internet Radio, and I'm speaking to Atrocity. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. Absolutely fine. I'm just here in our studio working on some stuff, and thanks for the interview.
Yeah, no problem. It's our pleasure.
The opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
So, well, my next question is, where are you? So, you're in your studio.
Yeah.
Is that Master Sound Studio?
Yeah, that's Master Sound Studio. We started our own studio quite a while ago in 1997.
Yeah.
Because we said, like, why should you put all the money into big recording studios instead of doing it yourself? Because Alex, my bandmate, he already produced most of the stuff before, like Todessehnsucht or the Blut album.
Yeah.
And so since 1997, we started with the studio. We moved once to a bigger place till 2008, and now we are in a beautiful natural environment protection area, and so here it's really quiet. You're out in the nearby the forest.
So you can make as much noise as you like.
Yeah, you can, and it's very peaceful, and nothing holds you back from making music. It's really great.
Great. So your last release was the DVD, and before that, 2010's After the Storm. So what's Atrocity been up to since then?
Yeah. 2010 we released After the Storm, which was a ethno-folk metal-oriented piece of music with Alex Sister. And of course this had a project character, and it's not what Atrocity is actually known for. And and last year we just did DVD, which shows the whole biography of Atrocity with the Wacken show from 2010 that we did.
Yeah.
A really huge show with cage dancers and fire and all that stuff.
Oh, great.
The biggest metal festival in Europe.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty cool. And it also features the very interesting 3 hours long movie around the band, which is scheduled in chapters. And it even just got nominated for the Independent Music Awards. So it's one of the 5 movies that has been chosen to be there. So that's quite a nice thing and an honor to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
So and we already worked then on new material, and it was obvious that it's going to be a trilogy, and not just a normal regular album, but a huge dark bombastic trilogy. And OKKULT is the first step.
So have you written? Have you got all the other songs written for the other 2 parts, or is that something that you're embarking on now?
We already have more than just this album. We started quite a while ago, so we already have material, and I guess some stuff will also be used, but that's the stuff that we picked out. So it's a big project in 3 different parts, you could say.
Yeah, well, I've heard OKKULT, and it's an epic technical death metal album entwined with symphonic passages and dark sound design. I mean, if you could sum up, as it's a trilogy, if you could sum up the album in 3 words, what would they be?
The album in 3 words, then it would be Death by Metal, I'd say.
Death by Metal. Brilliant. Okay. So
you already said a lot about it. Thanks for listening to it, like in that way. It's dark, epic. It deals with a lot of cool stuff. Maybe Alex can say more about the lyrics. I only do the music.
Yeah, yeah.
And it also has a kind of like a little bit of an old school vibe. I really like the vocals very much. I'm not just saying because Alex just entered the room, but it has a kind of like old school thing, like the riffing and also the songs. I mean, there's always stuff that you can, I'm not saying sing along. Of course, it's technical, especially the drums are very great, and we put a lot of effort in the production. So you have also the Lingua Mortis Orchestra taking part. But all in all, it's very direct and brutal. So even if you're not into too technical stuff, you can still get it immediately. So that's pretty cool.
So you've been working with the Lingua Mortis Orchestra. How does that work? So do you write the metal music first and then hand it over, or do you actually write some of the symphonic parts as well? Or
Yeah. So the writing was all done here at Master Sound, and when the songs were structured and arranged, we gave to our friend Viktor Smolsky all the parts for the strings and orchestra, and he made it happen then in White Russia.
yeah,
And recorded everything there. And we already did that with the Leaf Ice album, Njord, for example.
yeah.
And we had a lot of good experiences because he's a great guy and a very good musician. And also a racing champion. So it's always great to work with him. But the music was all written here. So it was just recorded there. But written at Master Sound.
Okay, so you've also collaborated with Katie Halliday on this album, who's done work with the Saw films and the Devil's Carnival and a few others. And what's she like to work with?
It was brilliant because she offered us to work together with us, and she made some really incredible special effects. If you, for example, listen to the whole ending of the song La Voici, it's really scary and frightening. If you have a good a good stereo, you really have to crank it up because it's really scary.
So how are you going to pull it off live?
Yeah, live you will get a metal band, of course, and I think most of the stuff has to be played from playback.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to do the special effects, of course, live. Who can do an alien monster, for example? But you will get a 100% band performing, that's sure. And it will be very energetic. And we are just starting to rehearse with the songs. And we have our first show at the 27th April here in Germany. And we're all looking forward very much.
Okay, so we're now speaking to Alex from Atrocity. You're visiting specific concepts in each song, but is there a running theme throughout OKKULT?
Yeah, I mean, the topic is occult, but the themes, they stand, or let's say the backgrounds, they stand all for themselves. So we have a lot of, going on this playground, this play field called OKKULT. And so, I mean, there was a lot of researching, there was a lot of experiences, a lot of readings as well, and also watching some stuff myself, visiting places and all that, to make that happen. And I was always into that magic theme of OKKULT. And so when we finished the Atlantis album back then in 2004, there was really the idea born to make the further step with such a trilogy. Just happened that we made some projects in between, like the Work 82 record or the project album with my sister Yasmin, After the Storm, and the DVD project, which also was a big effort of time. So that's the point. So these are, own songs, stand for themselves, connected by the topic OKKULT, and but the red line, let's say, is really the mysterious of the whole world. So it's no fantasy stuff. It's more like based on planet Earth.
Yeah. I mean, you've got interesting topics like prophecies of a mysterious French Freemason in World War One, and myths about the Antarctic. It really does visit a lot of different themes.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the thing. These are more like daily life stories, or like another splattercore thing from could be done from any band. I wanted to go much more deeper in the detail and do it also in an artistic way. Describing like a scenario, like we do in Necromancy Divine, which is about the antique witch Ericto, she was called. She was actually a very brutal necromancer, feeding corpses with snakes and filling them up with boiled blood, and to get them back to life and to give prophecies to the Romans, in that case, to Caesar, to win his public war. thing, or one of Caesar's officers actually. But that part was also great fun to us to reproduce the whole thing, to using the original Latin words and all that, and speaking the rhymes. And out here in the studio, it was quite funny because we were doing this in the middle of the night, and actually where the studio window ends starts a big bright field here, and there was fog out there and all that. And Sander, our Dutch guitar player, he said, Alex, are you sure you're doing this right now? Maybe we get an army of zombies wakening up here from ancient battles and entering the studio.
yeah, you're tempting the forces a little bit.
Yeah. So that's for everybody. Was also great excitement to doing this. Also the photo shoot. Actually, we dedicated that cover artwork to that story, and that was also done in a real tomb with real snakes and a real person. It's no Photoshop or something like that. It's something beyond, and this is what the record is about. And we have a lot of things done with that band in the past, and always researching for new ways to explore the fields of music, new challenges. We did crazy stuff no other metal band did before, and things like that. And maybe that's why we're doing now a treasure hunt.
Yeah, I was actually
no other metal band is doing this.
I was just about to move on to the treasure hunt. Actually, could you tell our listeners a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was on the hand. If you have like such a visionary album like OKKULT, and where we sing about places and real places, occult places, and persons and history and all these things connected on that album. We found it very interesting to do also something people can really be part of it, like on a real treasure hunt. And also to show the people about the value of music again. It's not, is it linked? Is it on the internet or the new download or whatever? No. You have to go out, get your whip, your hat, your shovel, like Indiana Jones, and dig out a song somewhere in a cool place. If you want to get in, only one-time song. It's a unique thing. There will be a 24-karat golden CD with one song of Atrocity, which is actually the missing track, like the bonus track, and is the only one to each of the OKKULT albums. That means we don't have the master tracks anymore. There are no copies around anymore. The only way we could reproduce the song would record it all over again or play it live or something. But the original thing is on that CD. And that is a hell of a trip to find it, and I hope a lot of fun for everybody.
So
but there are no traps. There's no death traps or something.
do you think it will be? Do you think it will be found? Do you have faith that it will be?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, a lot of people actually. Come on, we are a metal band. It should be fun. And a lot of people were already asking, "Hey, come on, can you give me a tip?" And Alex, come on, where did you hide it? No, of course. It starts with a riddle, and we have like a code hidden in the booklet of the digipack. Actually, you buy a digipack, you have bonus tracks. So we said, okay, at least people buying this limited edition should get that tips, or advices. And you go there and you can find those hidden numbers. It was funny, people were asking if this is called metal ghost geocaching or Da Vinci Code versus metal or whatever. For me, it's also like a message behind, really. The whole music industry is suffering so much. I mean, the labels, they have to struggle, bands the most, I think. And, in a way, I find it okay, if for diehard fans, you have bonus tracks and all that. That's cool. I'm also a collector. So, but on the other side, isn't it sad? You go just there and download it, or everybody is for free and all that. At least I find it's cool. You find a very value thing here, and but we have to go and do something for it. Like I did in the old days. I was going out, to buy a record and all that. I was waiting and in the line and all that stuff, to get an extra vinyl or whatever. I was lucky to get it. It has to be quick and all that, And I think in a way, if you hold that thing in your hands, you might think, okay, it was a big effort to get this. Shall I really upload it?
Yeah. One more question, and then we'll leave it at that. Who are you going to see as a music fan this year, if anyone at all? As in, any band, doesn't have to be metal, whatever.
The band I would love to see as a wish, or I'm going to see?
Either, both.
I tell you something. I would love to see Pink Floyd original lineup.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
No, unfortunately not. Same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who are you going to see then?
Yeah, that's sad. I saw some really cool shows. Christoph of Rammstein, for example, they brought up a fantastic show here when we played here in Stuttgart. A really great time seeing them. Also Slipknot. And looking forward to see some bands. Maybe we will play on some festivals, and I'm going to check some of the bands out. This is Alex from Atrocity. I hope you enjoy TBFM Online.